Hi, welcome to the Destin Business Forum. I'm your host, Amy Perry, and our first guest is Bob Beal. Now, Bob, I ask you, just to make sure, you're no relation to Jessica, right?
No relation to Jessica. Good question, though.
Okay, all right, because I thought maybe I'd seen a picture of her in a
Right.
magazine. I thought you might have been beside her, but it wasn't you, it was somebody else. Okay. Bob, you're the owner of Coastal Cooling and Heating,
Correct.
LLC. Tell me a little bit about Coastal.
Coastal Cooling and Heating, we install and repair air conditioning in residential and light commercial applications. So if you have a heat pump in your home, we can install a brand new one with higher efficiencies if you prefer. We also do air conditioners, we can repair them, and we have fully serviced stock vans that drive around and have the parts you need if something breaks down.
Now, fully serviced stocked vans, that's important because if something is wrong with your AC, a lot of times they'll say, oh, we have to order a part or
Right.
whatever. You have a van that usually has.
Right, and if
What
we
I
don't
need,
have it,
right.
we'll have that warehouse. Okay, like if you have a fan motor, a relay, a capacitor, almost the majority of the parts we carry with us on the vans.
So that's good to know. That
Right.
means you can repair on site.
On the spot.
Okay, and if you don't, you can go back to your warehouse and do a repair fairly
Right.
quickly.
Fairly quickly, and we have what we call upfront pricing, which means if it takes us a longer extended period of time to replace a motor, the motor's the same cost.
Oh, that's nice.
Okay, so if it takes one guy 3 hours to change a motor or one guy 2 hours, it's still the same cost to the consumer.
And you give them that price
I give them that upfront pricing.
upfront, hence the name upfront.
Right.
Okay, I got it. Everybody's trying to save money wherever they can.
Right.
So give me 2 or 3 things that someone could do to get their heating bill, their air conditioning bill lower.
The biggest thing that I've noticed in the area is the filters. I mean,
Really?
keeping the filter replaced all the time and keeping it clean and inspecting it, you know, really keeps the airflow moving throughout the house.
So
And-
should you buy the filter that costs a little more, but they say you don't have to change it for 3 months, or should you buy just the less expensive ones but change it every month?
Well, see, the ones with the higher media, you know, they have more restriction on the airflow. So if you're going to go with that route, you're better off going with like what we call electronic air cleaner.
Okay.
Okay, for better filtration. Other than that, just get the disposable ones and replace them often.
Replace them
Okay.
like
So-
about every month. I know you can't say exactly, but
About every month, yeah, you know. But if you want to go into higher filtration, don't go with the heavy media. Go with the electronic.
because that's actually worse because it restricts the airflow.
restricts
Okay,
airflow.
I've heard that. I've heard that before, so I think you're right.
Right.
Because I would know. Anything else?
The other thing is the outside coils and inside coils need to stay clean so they can breathe.
So how would somebody do that?
I recommend like rainwater. If you take your garden hose and you walk outside after you change your filter, and if you just lightly spray the coil, you know, at a 45-degree angle, lightly spray, not to damage the coil, just to rinse off the salt and the whatever the attraction that has happened.
Okay.
It just lets the air conditioner breathe.
So you can
So it
spray
can
water
remove heat.
into.
You can spray water on the outside coil, just like rain.
Okay, didn't know that.
And that really makes the unit run so much more efficient.
Never would have thought about that. Is there, somebody like me who doesn't really know anything about the air conditioner except how to turn it up and down?
Right.
Is there maintenance that your company performs, or?
There is. We recommend having the unit serviced at the minimum once a year.
Okay.
Okay, and with that, we clean out the condensation line because a huge area, because we have so much humidity in our area.
Right.
Is these condensation lines get lots and lots of moisture going through them. Okay, and they get sludged up. So when we come in, we purge them with nitrogen. Okay, I know. We purge them with nitrogen to keep them clean,
Okay.
and it avoids unnecessary service calls. Because
Okay.
when they back up, then the water goes all over your floor and stuff like that, and then you call it the wrong time, 4th of July morning, or whatever. But anyway,
The condensation line, does that come, this is going to sound again like a silly question, but does that come from the main unit? So wherever your main unit is, that's where your...
Yeah, your main unit is where the condensation is happening as the warm air comes across the coil, and then the condensation goes out to the outside.
So if your main unit is, let's say, in your attic, it would seem like it would
Yes.
be really, really important to...
Really important to keep it clean.
Okay.
And then we come out and we clean the coils. Once again, we'll do it for you, and we have a chemical spray.
Okay.
And with the chemical spray, you'll really get the coil nice and shiny and clean, like an oven cleaner. Okay, if you in layman's terms.
Right.
And then we also will make sure that the amp draw, the electrical connections are good to make sure it's running, where it's not a safety issue. Okay. And the other great point about it is we check your refrigerant level, which makes sure that your unit is running at peak performance.
And that would help your electric bill, I guess.
Electric bill.
Gotcha.
Because if your refrigerant level gets too low, then the unit runs harder and harder and harder. You have unnecessary mechanical breakdowns, and then you're calling us.
Bills go up. Okay. And you will do, I'm assuming you have a maintenance program?
We do have a maintenance program. Right now we're offering specials for the next month, $59.
What? Specials?
Specials, $59.
That's what I wanted to hear.
To come out for one per unit and clean the coils, do the condensation lines, check the amperage, check the refrigerant levels, so make sure everything's running at peak performance, and have the data written down so that you have it for your records, and we have it in our computer.
Okay, and you said that's $59 per unit, so if you had multiple units, it would be?
It'd be extra.
Okay, all right, gotcha.
Per system, right.
Yeah, I gotcha. All right, another thing that we were talking about a little bit before the show started is indoor air quality.
Indoor air quality.
I know that we want it to be good rather than bad, but especially this time of year where people are getting the flu, they're getting colds, and it seems like one person will get a cold and then everybody else gets it, within 2 or 3 weeks, sometimes 2 or 3 days. What products do you have that can help with indoor air quality?
Well, like we talked about, you can start out with your basic filtration, okay, where you have your throwaway filters. Then you can go to what we call electronic filters. And that's where it goes into place of your regular filter you throw away, and it has a MERV rating of what we call 11 or to 13, which it picks up particulate in the air that you can't even see with your naked eye.
But it's a permanent filter.
It's a permanent filter. No,
okay.
We have to replace the media sheet inside 3 times a year. Okay, but it's electronic. Okay. It has electronic charging going through the filtration. Okay.
Sounds like magic to me, but okay.
Well, it picks up the really small stuff you can't see. Okay, so you can breathe better.
Okay.
Okay, and then the next level of indoor air quality is what we call ultraviolet radiation, which we put a UV light inside by your plenum, they call it plenum, and it shines on the evaporator coil. And that's where the mold wants to grow. That's where organisms want to grow, inside that dark, wet environment. Okay. Okay, and it shines directly on there.
So it kills?
It kills and attacks that mold, just like the sunlight.
All right.
Okay, just like you never see mold growing on this table if you have direct sunlight on it.
So it's not just attracting it, it's killing it so that when it shoots the air out into your house, it's
cleaner air.
Mold-free, cleaner air. And that's an additional thing that's attached to your air conditioning unit. Am I getting all that right?
You're right. That's an additional item that you attach inside your air conditioning system that shines on the coil. Okay. Okay. And then the highest level of indoor air quality is what we call photohydroionization. Okay.
Say that 3 times fast now. I'm joking.
I can try.
Okay, what is that?
Photohydroionization, what that does is it produces peroxides, okay? And it has a UV light, and what it does is with the UV light ultraviolet radiation, it will shine on the coil, keep the coil clean, but it also produces the peroxides that will flow throughout the house and attack microorganisms throughout the house, like viruses and bacteria.
So that's the highest level.
That's the highest level of, that's the best.
And you guys, your company sells that as well?
We sell that as well. It's an add-on product. Okay, and with that product, if you put in the air filtration like we talked about, electronic, with the what we call the photohydroionization technology, which they use in like craft foods, bacteria, cruise ships, Disney ships, norovirus, they're always wiping on the rails. Everybody uses this stuff. You just don't know about it.
But it would kill.
It keeps your house clean.
All right, I'm ready to get it. Thank you, Bob. We're out of time, but come back and see us, okay?
Okay, thanks.
Thank you. We'll be back.